In the ancient legends, it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
Hey guys! Welcome back to Dark Souls. We are playing the Prepare to Die DLC version on PC. And I bought it on Steam, but it networks through Games for Windows. I'm not sure why they decided to do that. Maybe to get everybody on one network. But we're going to be playing the new version. We're on PC. We're going to start a new character, because obviously my character can't carry over from the PlayStation 3 version. But I've recreated Ganondorf, who my character ended up looking like in the PS3 version. There he is, looking at you with his beady eyes and his gigantic nose and his dark red receding hair with the widow's peak. So we're going to be playing this, and this time I don't have to worry about spoilers because I already know everything about the game except for the DLC stuff. I haven't really looked at that too much on purpose, but we're going to be playing a totally different playstyle. We're going to be focusing entirely on spells and pyromancies, fire spells and arcane spells and whatnot. So while we will be using some weapons, because basically every class uses weapons, we're not going to be putting hardly any points into strength and dexterity. Dexterity is going to go up to maybe 10, strength is going to go up to 16 or so, but we're going to put most of our points in vitality, endurance, and intelligence. I'll go over a little bit of my starting attributes that I've picked. Let's see. Sex male, doesn't matter. Class pyromancer. I picked this because, for one thing, getting the pyromancy, the glove that lets you cast them, you don't get that for a little while in the game. It's much quicker to get sorceries. Another thing is it starts with a very low faith score, the lowest of any possible from the different classes, and a low dexterity score. We don't want to put very many points into that. I think we just need to get it to 10 to use one of the bows. I've chosen the Master Key as my gift. All the different gifts you can get in-game eventually. The Master Key is going to allow us to use a few shortcuts. The only one I'm really interested in as a spellcaster, to be honest, is the one that'll allow us to fight Havel the Rock to get his ring, which is a very good ring. Physique, very slim, just cosmetic. The rest of the stuff is just cosmetic. Alright, let's start. We're gonna watch the cinematic, and then I'll continue talking after the cinematic. Alright, here we go.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty lords peeled apart their stone skills. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless lights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Look at that nose! It's a beautiful nose. There's our key out of here. Given to us by our friend up there. Thank you. And we are about to start. In just a second. Alright, come on, stand up any day now. There you go. Alright, Northern Undead Asylum. Village Corpse. So for people new to this game or who didn't watch my original series, I'll explain how to play basically in the first video or two. I'm using a Microsoft gamepad for PC, which is exactly like the PlayStation 360 gamepad. The only difference is it's directly wired and it plugs into my computer through a USB port. So you can see it says A instead of X because I played on PlayStation before. I did some tests just to make sure recording worked and everything and sort of get back in the hang of playing before this, and it's a little different playing on a Xbox gamepad in contrast to the PlayStation 1. Plus this is a new gamepad and the joysticks and the triggers are kind of stiff, but I'm mostly used to it. So if you read these messages, they tell you how to play, but I'm going to tell you. Left stick moves your character, right stick looks around. Now the shoulder buttons are your attack buttons. They control your left and right arm respectively. L1 is going to punch. L2 is a stronger attack. R1 is going to punch or hit with this this little sword hilt I have. R2 is a stronger attack. If you press forward with the left stick and R1 at the same time, you'll do a kick. This is good for interrupting enemies, breaking their guard if they're doing nothing but blocking with the shield. Pressing forward in R2, we'll do a leap attack like that. Pressing R3, pressing the right stick in, we'll lock on like this. Very useful. Then you can attack them and circle them around them. No problem. This guy is very sad. If you get behind them and hit R1, you have to be right behind them. He's like sort of in the wrong position, but you can do a backstab. You'll see me do that more often. You have to be right behind them. And walls matter, so you can't swing through walls. We'll do a leap attack and kill this guy, put him out of his misery. There's a big dude walking back there. We'll get to him much later in the game. Let's see. Oh, you hold down B, you'll sprint. Hit it again when you're sprinting, you'll do a leap. Hold any direction and just tap B. You'll do a roll like that. Hit B without touching anything. You'll dash backwards like that. Very important. Let's see what else. X uses this thing icon on the bottom left that's flashing. It'll use that, but I don't have anything there yet. Your D-pad changes each of those things. So if I hit my right on my D-pad, see how that flashes? That changes what's equipped in that hand. Hitting left will change what's equipped in this hand. Obviously, I don't have anything there yet. Hitting up will change my spells. Let's see. I guess that's most of it. Here's your equip screen. So you can have 2 things in your right hand, 2 things in your left hand, a series of items you can activate here, and then arrows, bolts, armor, whatever. Okay, let's continue on. Let's just we're probably gonna move through this level fairly quickly. We need to go this way. So I'm playing this game for the second time through, so at least the first half of the game or third of the game should go pretty quickly. However, I'm going to be playing as primarily a spellcaster. Here's a bonfire. This is where you set your spawn, and you can also do a number of other things like level up and attune magic. Attune magic is where you select what spells you have available. I only have the one though. Do I have Pyromancy Glove? Not yet. I'm probably going to pick it up off the ground somewhere in a minute. Let's see. In here, there's going to be a big dude. We're not going to fight him. Not yet, anyway. We will in a minute, but not yet. We are going to run around to the side. He's going to plop on... Oh, shoot. Okay, don't want to kill him. You can kill him with your sword hilts, and I think there's a bonus for doing that. But we don't really care, because you get a big hammer for killing him. I think. Don't quote me on that. Or maybe that's Demon Souls I'm thinking of. But we don't care about that because we are not going to be a melee character. Right up here is going to be our shield. Ow. Alright, this shield actually kind of sucks. It's a bad starting shield. So if you come in here and you hit X, you can see it does only 65 physical resistance. That means it's not going to block physical attacks. Ordinarily, what had happened, the red bar up top left is your life, the green is your stamina. If you had a 100% physical resistance shield, and this guy shot at you, it would take up some stamina, and it would only take up, it'd only start taking off your life after your stamina was gone. So stamina management is a huge part of the game. And for people who already have played the game, don't worry, I'm not gonna explain like I'm 5. The entire playthrough, only for like the first video for people that... There's a backstab, only for people that are new to the game. Might be useful. That's a backstab, does a lot of damage. Very useful. Technique. Let's see, what's in here? Oh, that's right, okay. Let's see, we gotta go in there to talk to that guy. There's nothing over here that we can get to. We're gonna be coming back to this area much later. And we can get that item that's up there. But what we're going to do right now is talk to this dude who is right around the corner. Oh, yeah, right. We have to open this up. See this rock up here? Hey-oh! Yep. That got me the first time, that's for sure. Let's talk to him.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Hmm? Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I are both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Alright.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite.
There we go.
Oh, and this.
And a key.
Now I must bid farewell.
Okay,
I
bye.
would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Alright.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death, and thank you.
Okay, so he's run out of dialogue options. We can leave him. And if you want, you can just murder him. My first playthrough, I murdered him because I thought he was about to die anyway, and I wanted anything he might give me. Look how red I am. When you return here, he'll still be here to give you what you need to get. Down there is a door. Oh, I guess is that him dying? Here's the door that leads back to that bonfire right there. So now we can get back up these stairs without going around the long way. There's a lot of shortcuts in the game that are very convenient. So you put in a lot of effort to get through an area and then you can get back to it quicker. See how that took off some life that time? So I'm going to try to avoid blocking. Ooh, man, I'm red. I love it. I'm going to try to avoid blocking if I can help it and just kill things. Until I get 100% physical defense sword. Oh, I forgot to mention when I was going over the controls, hitting Y. There's my flame. Good. Hitting Y changes you from one-handed attack where you can block with a shield with L1 to two-handed attack with your right-handed weapon where you can't block, but your attacks become powerful and your attack animations change too in the combos. But what I want to do now, I want to put that on. So in my last playthrough and when I played Demon Souls, I never really messed with fireballs that much. I don't know if doing this really helps for pyromancy and spells. And if you R2 with this, you can punch a dude. Hey, buddy, come here. Let's punch him. Right in your face! Oh, it lit him on fire! But then we can do this. Victory Vortex! Victory Vortex! That's fun. And so I have 7 left. Those will replenish next time I get at next time I rest at a bonfire, but you have to manage them. Oh, I rolled the wrong way. But I'm gonna save those for guys that are a little more difficult. There's an archer right here. Didn't even bother to lock on. Then there's another guy right here. We don't want to get hit by this guy. This guy's got some armor and a better weapon. Oh, okay. The range on this weapon I'm not quite used to, and I meant to leap attack there, to be honest. Like that. There. Alright, he should be dead. This door right here we will open when we come back here much later. Okay, so now we've got to drop down here and fight that guy who we evaded last time. Now we have better weapons. He should be right here. If you jump off and hit R1, you'll do a leap attack. And you want to stay behind this guy, basically. Okay, no big deal. Throw a fireball. So I'm used to all the encounters. However, fighting these guys with spells and pyromancies is a lot different than with melee weapons. In Demon Souls and in my Dark Souls YouTube playthrough, I was basically a strength-based character and used strength weapons. I've used spells before, but it's always been sort of an accessory, never a main part of my my stuff. So let's see. There's a bonfire there. Let's go restore our spells. See, we only have 3 right now. And then stand back up. Now we got 8. But actually, that's kind of not necessary because there's nothing left to kill. The steps you're hearing are the guy down there, and we won't fight him till we come back later. That's gonna be a while. All right, open up, buddy. Open up. Yeah, you do now. So there's nothing left to kill. I don't think there's any other items either. I think I got everything. There's nothing really too vital here. Alright, and then we're going to have another cutscene in a second, and I'll see you on the other side.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords, Lordran.
Alright, here we go into Firelink Shrine. Level up and kindle at bonfires. Thank you, message. Go away, please. Thank you, message. Go away, please. Thank you. Alright, let's rest at the bonfire. Now you can see we've opened up the ability to level up, kindle, and reverse hollow. So, I'll explain that real quick. If you notice my face, my skin is real desiccated. I look like the Emperor Palpatine, kind of, except that I'm red. We are currently hollowed, which means we're undead. And we are sort of cut off from the rest of the universe, the rest of the Dark Souls multiplayer universe, when we are undead like this. And what we can do... Whoa! Here's another player. And you can sometimes see these guys at bonfires. You can use humanity. And with the humanity, you can reverse hollow, which makes you alive again. And when you're alive, you can do a few things. For one thing, you can kindle bonfires, which lets you get extra Estus flasks, which are your healing item in the bottom left. Another thing you can do, you can summon other people to help you in your game. You can also be invaded by other players who will come and try and kill you. And their reward for killing you is humanity and souls. So let's talk to this NPC real quick.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first, but there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Well, that's a pleasant fellow. Let's see if he has anything else to say.
Your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
Okay, anything else? Come on.
What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
So right there, he was talking about using humanity from items to restore your humanity, or being summoned into other people's games to help them to get humanity, or invading other players' games.
What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it.
Wow, this guy's getting bitter quick.
What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool.
So right there, this is something I missed my first playthrough. This guy just explained where we have to go. The first two bells we have to ring to progress the story. First one, we have to go up that hill. Let's see if he has anything else to say.
Hell, what is it now?
This guy is
you
getting
ask
testy.
too many questions.
Are you done?
I'm not up for...
Yeah, okay, I think he's done. Alright, so we are in Firelink Shrine. This is sort of the nexus or hub for the rest of the game. And we're going to be coming back here a lot. Over time, as we free NPCs, they will show up. There's a few items on the ground I want to pick up. Actually, let's pop in here. And we're going to grab some items before we move along. Firebomb, that's kind of like Fireball, but it's an item you throw. It's like a Molotov cocktail, more or less. There's an NPC up here that will sell you miracles, which are faith-based spells. Our faith is only going to be at 8. That's not high enough to learn from him. He requires 10.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Yeah, he's an asshole. And he won't talk to you if your faith score is too low, which mine is. Up here is an elevator, which this is going to be another shortcut we're going to connect back to. We'll go back there in a second. Let me get this item first. Soul of a Lost Undead. These are... Soul of a Lost Undead are items. They're consumable. This is an elevator shaft. We're going to drop down here to get some items back here. Souls are what you use to level up, buy items, do a variety of things, purchase upgrades from blacksmiths, and you get souls in the bottom right-hand corner is how many I have. Morningstar and Talisman. Let's check out the Morningstar. Let's open this first. Use the souls to buy stuff, and you can get them from killing enemies. The cracked red eye orb I just picked out of that box is for invading other people's worlds. The other way to get souls, occasionally you'll pick up items called, where'd they go? Soul of a Lost Undead, like this. This is a soul, this is an item you won't lose when you die, but then you can use, and it's consumable, and will give you a set amount of souls. It's a good way to sort of stock up souls and then use them all when you get to a bonfire or a blacksmith or whoever you want to use. Okay, so I'm currently using this hand axe. 86 damage. And we want to use this. 90 damage. Oops, no, sorry. Don't want to use it, we want to equip it. There we go. And it's going to have different attack animations. It's slower, and you notice that if you miss, how I stumble. You don't want to miss with this. It will be bad news. Lloyd's Talisman. Okay, let's drop down here. There's going to be some skellies, but we don't want to mess with these guys, really. We don't care too much. We're going to come back to this area a little bit later. They're probably going to chase us up here, so we might as well murderize them. Hey, buddy. You know what I got? How about this? Haha! Oh, shit! Run away! He dodged my fireballs. Alright, let's finish him off with this. And backstab at him. Did that other guy not come up? I don't think he did. Alright. If we run back through here, this connects through back to Firelink. And let's see, there's an item right... Where is it? Oh, I'm thinking of that one right there. Let's go grab that. Okay, covenants. I didn't really mess around with covenants. What I meant to do my last playthrough is I wanted to join the Covenant of Nito. But I messed it up, basically, is what happened. So this time, because I'm a spellcaster, we're going to start off with the Chaos Servant Covenant, which will get us some cool spells. Or maybe they're pyromancies, I'm not sure. Either one, doesn't matter. We're going to get a Chaos Fireball and a Chaos Firestorm, I think is the other one. There's an item over there. And then after we get those spells, we'll probably switch to Dark Wraiths. And I would like to do a lot more PvP this time around. So I'm going to be invading other people. And there is sort of an agreed upon, or there was an agreed upon soul level, which is, I haven't leveled up yet. I'll explain that when I get to it. But there's agreed upon level of stat progression that people PvP'd at. It used to be 125. And all the builds were based around that soul level. And with the DLC, some of the reading I've done, and I don't know any specifics about the bosses or the areas, but I know there's an arena. And the arena is divided into brackets of 100 levels. So I think the new soul levels for PvP are going to be... Let's actually get my health and fireballs back real quick. 100... Level 100 and level 200 are the new PvP soul levels. At least that's what I think is going to happen, because that's what the arena is divided up to. Before we spend my souls, you notice I have 2,300, and I mentioned at the outset of the video, or the onset, I guess, that it's much easier to get spells in the early part of the game than it is pyromancies. So what we're going to do is take this guy down to New Londo Ruins. This is an area we're not going to go to until a little bit later. But the one thing we can do, there's an NPC down here we need to talk to. That little lever will summon the lift if it's at the wrong level. Oh gosh. And also, if you're new to Dark Souls, I guess I should explain the respawning system and the bonfires. So, if I die right now, I will go back to the last bonfire I sat at, which will be the one in Firelink. This guy is sad. He's a sad face. These guys don't really give many souls. It's not really worth killing them. This is a cave. So, all the things I've killed will... Let's see, can I open this? I can. This is one of the benefits of the Master Key. This is Valley of Drakes. We'll come back here in a second. Oh, there's an item. There's a good shield, actually, which we should... Whoa! Oh! Oh, case in point. Okay, let's explain it then. Alright, so this is the respawn system. I respawned at the last bonfire I used. That was silly, but I guess it's a good way to explain it. So I respawned up here, and the elevator is going to be where I left it, so I'm going to have to pull the lever to pull it back up. But more importantly, every time you die, all the enemies in the game, except for bosses and mini-bosses and a few special cases, everything respawns. So you have to fight your way back through everything every time you die. And what that does is it makes the game more difficult, more challenging. It also means that it forces you to pay attention and to learn from your mistakes, which I think is awesome. And when you do defeat an area after dying multiple times, it's really gratifying to finally conquer an area that was giving you trouble. So what we need to do now, you notice my souls are at 0. And for people that are familiar with the game, I apologize for the tutorial spiel. I just want to familiarize people who are new to the game with the mechanics. So my souls went back to 0. So you can recover that right here. Yeah, alright, 2300. We're going to come back to Valley of Drakes in a second, because there's a really good shield there on the ground. A good sword, which is not applicable to our particular character build. But down here is an NPC that's going to sell us a spell, right here.
Well, this is unusual. You haven't lost your head. And more importantly, you're free. How on earth? Well, I shouldn't pry. I'm Rickett of Vinheim. I was once an established smith, though. Look at me now. Can you believe it?
Okay, lovely.
What is it? Have you? Oh no. Don't worry. I've no intention of escape. It's safe here. I can't bear the thought of going hollow out there. Although, I must admit, I've not much to occupy myself. How about this? I could forge your weapons, albeit with rather minimal tools. I'll show you what made me the best in Vinheim.
Alright, so now he is a NPC. He can repair my equipment, which I don't care about right now. He can reinforce my weapons and armor, which makes them stronger. Modify equipment, we'll get into that a little bit later when we kill some bosses and get more items. What we want now, though, Soul Arrow, that's what we want. 2,000 souls for that mofo. This is why I didn't level up earlier, because I wanted this. And then we want a Sorcerer's Catalyst, which is 500 souls.
Come back soon.
Okay.
Smithing helps. Don't let me with.
Okay, so that's 500 souls. We are going to use this enough times to get us up to 500. Hit X to use those. And there we go, that's high enough.
Ah, what weapons have you brought?
Purchase item. Sorcerer's Catalyst. There we go. So, the only thing he has left to offer is Heavy Soul Arrow, which we don't have enough money for yet.
Come back soon.
Okay.
Smithing helps soothe my nerves.
Okay.
Don't let me wither away out of idleness.
Okay. Alright. So, now what we're going to do, we're going to go back up to Firelink and equip our new gear, and then we're going to head into Valley of the Drakes to get a really good shield. Alright? But we're going to do that next time. We've already, I think we've been going like 40 or 45 minutes already. Or maybe 35. I don't know. But whatever. I'll see you next time. We'll continue on into Valley of the Drakes. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye-bye. Up the elevator we go. Up we go. Up we go.